Okay, let's dive into a topic that's, well, pretty timeless, isn't it? The classic city life versus country life debate.
It really is. And we've been looking at some source material you shared that uh, paints quite a distinct picture of both.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack how this specific source describes them, not just the facts, but the feeling it attaches and the key words it uses.
Right, so you can get a handle on its particular perspective on these lifestyles.
Yeah.
And what I found interesting is how it's less about just listing buildings here, fields there,
Yeah.
and more about the energy and rhythm it conveys for each. Like almost like reading two different poems.
Oh, I like that. A poetic take. Okay, so let's start with the city then. The source, it kind of hits you immediately with words like fast and busy, really painting this picture of a place buzzing with opportunities. You get that sense of like density, living in apartments and lots of public transport.
Because everything's close, but maybe also stacked up high or packed in tight.
Right. And the access is a big thing. The source mentions restaurants, malls, hospitals, universities. They're all sort of right there.
It's that convenience factor, definitely. A world built around concentration. But the source also hints, through its language, at the downsides, doesn't it? Navigating the inevitable traffic jam or places feeling really crowded.
Absolutely. And the vocabulary it uses, it really drives that home. You've got skyscrapers, which are, these huge symbols of ambition.
Yeah, reaching for the sky.
But then you pair that image with the feeling of being crowded or stuck in a traffic jam, and you feel that intense, almost compressed energy.
Intense is a good word.
But then on the flip side, the source uses the word vibrant, and that captures something else, right? The excitement, the flow, the feeling of being like at the center of everything.
It's that mix of energy potential and maybe pressure. So for you listening, when you think about the city through the source's lens, which word sort of jumps out? Is it crowded? Traffic jam? Or that more positive electric feeling of being vibrant?
That's a good question to hold on to. Okay, so let's use that as a pivot. If the city is fast and vibrant according to this source, how does it describe the country?
Well, it's a complete shift in scene, isn't it? The source uses words like quieter, slower. It talks about peace, nature, and really importantly, space.
Space. That feels key. It mentions people often living in houses, maybe with gardens.
Right, and probably needing their own cars more because things aren't all clustered together in the same way.
And the activities it highlights are different too. Less about, accessing services and more about engaging with the actual environment, walking, farming, just being outdoors.
Yeah, that connection to nature comes through strongly.
And the feeling it presents is totally different. Not vibrant, but calm and beauty. The vocabulary reflects this. You get words like fields, stretching out.
Breathing in fresh air, that simple idea.
Yeah, and even the image of a barn, which kind of hints at agriculture, a connection to the land. It labels this whole environment as rural.
Rural, implying that connection to land and maybe a different kind of community. And the pace, it captures that with the phrase laid back.
Laid back. I like that contrast with vibrant.
Me too.
Yeah.
Though the source does note the potential downside here as well for some people. All that quiet and space might feel, well, too quiet, maybe even a bit isolated.
It's a really striking contrast the source draws, isn't it? That vibrant city energy versus the laid-back country calm. It seems to boil the core differences down to pace, space, the kind of environment, and how you access things.
Exactly. And what's crucial is that the source doesn't actually say, this one is better.
Right.
Its conclusion, its synthesis, is really that the preference is totally individual. It's about where you feel most at home. Subjective fit, not objective ranking.
Yeah, that comes across clearly. So our goal here was mainly to walk you through this specific source's viewpoint, focusing on its descriptions and the particular words it chose. Hopefully that gives you a clear handle on how it frames these two worlds.
And thinking about that conclusion that it's all about where you feel most at home, it kind of prompts a final thought, doesn't it? If it's not just about the practical things the source lists, like access or pace or space, what other maybe less obvious factors might be the things that really make one place feel profoundly like home for you compared to another?
That's a great question to reflect on, something to carry with you from this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.